Jets hired Frank Reich as their OC. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we don't know who the quarterback is going to be. We have so many questions of what this team will ultimately look like. It's a shame that Tanner Engstrand is, never really given a fair shake, in my opinion. But here we are, Frank Reich back in the NFL after a couple years at the college level.
Yeah, I mean, Connor, this feels like a uninspiring choice.
Without a doubt. There's no way to hype up
Frank Reich,
right? Especially since you don't know who the quarterback is that he's working with, and the options are limited.
Right. What do you think that? Do you think this is Aaron Glenn just wanting another veteran? Veteran play caller, or is this the best they could do?
Both. Yeah. This is the best they could do out of the veteran play calling market. Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows Frank Reich.
Doesn't feel like Frank Reich is the offensive coordinator of the Jets in 3 years. It just seems very much like a placeholder type of operation. I will say with Frank Reich, now it hasn't gone great in recent years.
It's such a weird
Frank,
hire.
Between Stanford, obviously didn't go very well in Carolina. Last year in Indianapolis was a mess. 2021, I thought Frank Reich did a really good job with the Colts. So initially, when he was the head coach of the Colts, he had universal approval, did a good job, great job with Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck clearly seems to rate him and trust him, given that he brought him to Stanford. And I thought that he was very creative as a play caller and as an offensive mind. And I liked that Frank Reich, he was very variable as well as a coach. He would take what the defense gave him. There would be games where he'd run Jonathan Taylor 28 times, and then there was one game against the Bucs where they were loading up against the run, and he's like, all right, well, you're doing that. I'm just going to throw the ball with Carson Wentz 21 times. He seemed to be very variable and malleable in impressive ways, and then it just seemed to all fall apart, and that is also 5 years ago at this point. That's
the thing. What does a Frank Reich NFL offense look like today? I guess
you can talk yourself into it. It was a mess in Carolina. He's had success. He's somebody who's had success at multiple levels. He's an
adult in the room.
Right. He's and he was the quarterback of one of the greatest comebacks in NFL history. So he understands a comeback, which is what the Jets need to do. I'm trying to talk you into it.
There we go. We're getting somewhere.
Yeah, but it's weird because I feel like Aaron Glenn is coaching for his job this year,
without a doubt.
Right.
Calling the defense,
and you're just sort of like, hey man, if your job's on the line, this is, it's an interesting hire, right? Because this is who you're going to go to war with. So
it's like going all in on a 2-7. What are we doing? I would imagine that it is less than 50% that Aaron Glenn is the head coach of the New York Jets in 2 years' time.
Right. It's just a matter of what level of competency can a Frank Reich offense bring to Garrett Wilson, maybe Breece Hall, a good offensive line.
Yeah.
No quarterback right now. I think there's a chance Greg Roman is hired as the run game coordinator, which is he's good in that role.
He is good in that
Greg
role.
Roman running the entire offense, we've seen the lows of that. Yeah. But he knows how to orchestrate the run game. So if they can patchwork Frank Reich with Greg Roman, it's for the Jets, you could do worse. It's just we just don't know who the quarterback is, and that's always the Jets' problem.
The difficulty is that it's so hard to get a marquee offensive coordinator when you literally don't have a quarterback on the roster. It's not even an option at the moment.
No, they don't want to go there.
Yeah.
So, one little
Deshaun Watson's probably available. They should pick up the phone.
Yeah, that would
He's
help
a
the Jets
quarterback.
Where are you at emotionally now, Connor? Who do you want as your quarterback? Do you have a preference?
I like that question. Where are you emotionally,
Where am I emotionally?
Yeah. Are you at the Kyler Murray spectrum of the emotions?
No,
Ty Simpson?
At what cost?
Yeah.
Ty Simpson at 16?
No interest? Yeah.
33? Okay, you could talk yourself into it. That's a different...
Do you think Ty Simpson lasts till 33?
No, I don't. I really don't. I think he'd go somewhere in that Rams, Steelers, Jets at 16 kind of mold where you're just in such a tough spot. Why would Malik Willis sign there? Malik Willis should have options that make more sense for Malik Willis.
Right.
It's just...
Thing is, though, is that as bad as the Jets situation is, to your point, it's a good offensive line.
Yeah, with continuity.
And you have Garrett Wilson, who should be, on talent, a top 10, 12 receiver in the NFL. Now, the organization is a mess. Everything around it is a mess. But it shouldn't be the worst situation for a quarterback to come into, just with the starting point of the O-line and the star wide receiver.
And for all of our... I don't know if that's changed a year. You'll know this, Connor, but at least a year ago, players swore by Aaron Glenn.
Right.
Players love playing for Aaron Glenn. Now, I don't know if the Jets players would say that a year later, but
it's a little uneven. There's still guys that really like Aaron Glenn, and then they've also moved on or will move on from some of the guys that didn't work. So it just felt like he was very in over his head year one. And maybe that's why you go to an experienced offensive coordinator instead.
Right.
Because Aaron Glenn now needs to direct so much of his attention specifically to the defense that somebody else needs to entirely run one huge portion of the team.
Do you think the hiring of Frank Reich means that they're going to go young at quarterback? Like, that's one of the hallmarks, if you will, or that Frank Reich's a good developer of young quarterbacks. Whether that's true or not, that's sort of the reputation.
It's a great point. To me, it signals that they will draft a quarterback with one of those first picks in the top 44. They have 4 picks inside the top 44, whether it's Simpson on the higher end, Nussmeier on the back end, with a veteran that, hey, we're going to have Frank try to develop the young guy while the veteran plays, and then let's look at what the young guy has at the end of the year or the second half of the year, and hopefully we can save our jobs.
What is that rep based off for Frank Reich, that he's good with young quarterbacks? Because he went to Carolina, and it was a mess with Bryce Young. He had veterans in Indianapolis. I mean, he had Andrew Luck.
I think because he was one.
Right.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying, but that's the reputation.
I know, it's the rep.
Yes. Quarterback that works with quarterbacks.
Right.
It's not great. I need more.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and Rotoworld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.